14 podcast, and did we just win a series against the best team in the AL? The AL Beast? Avery, how you feel? I mean, listen, no expectations. That was fun. That was a fun series, man.
Yeah, we went to the game Tuesday,
Yeah.
obviously, and what I said to you after was that was the most fun I'd had at the ballpark in a long time, and that was true. And I wish I was at the ballpark tonight because it would have been just as fun as well.
Yeah. It's
I think
listen.
it is so obvious that Vlad heaters are so much cooler than any heater
Yeah.
Bo goes on.
Dude, when Vladdy is good, I actually am comfortable saying I don't give a shit what the team's doing if Vladdy is just like on a heater like this. Every single at bat is a 105-mile-an-hour exit velo line drive in a gap somewhere.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's the ball that starts at the center fielder and it's hit so hard it just tails to the right and hits off the
I
wall.
would love to, and maybe I'll ask Brian Baker. I don't know if he got kind of shelled tonight, but I'll text him and I want to ask him what it's like facing Vladdy right
Well,
now.
Baker gave up the triple, I think.
Yeah, like I want to ask him what it's like to face Vladdy right now, but I feel like that's not a good spot.
Maybe give him a day.
Yeah, I'll give him a couple days to ask him. But
Give him.
dude, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I want to talk about this. There is no coincidence, folks, when the Gate 14 boys went for drinks with Vladdy and his family. Let me read the stats for you. 86 games, 357 average, 420 on base, 763 slug, 1183 OPS, 20 bombs, 66 RBI since we went for drinks with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We saved the man. Pay the man his money. Pay the man his money. He is a dog.
Uh, Obviously, we didn't save Vladdy.
No, we did.
And I don't know, like, I don't know who gets the credit for it besides Vladdy. Like, who can you willingly
No,
say
we do.
you think it's Guillermo?
No, it's us or Hag.
Okay.
I am not giving praise to Guillermo ever again.
Yeah,
Just so we're clear.
The Guillermo thing is fun. I just like to fuck around and say that too, but it's just on him and he is on this heater. If he could base run or field, he would be worth like 6 wins right now, but he can't do either to save his life.
Yeah, no, he really can't. He's having a little struggles in the field, but screw it, dude. I don't care. He's a 4-win player right now. 4B WAR. I learned that difference this year. He's a 4B WAR player. It is truly ridiculous. 20-game hit streak, Avery. 20 games.
Yeah, second time in his career he's done that too.
Yeah, and he has highest. This is the run Vladdy's on right now. He has his highest weighted runs created plus since 2021. He is hitting 325. His OPS is getting closer and closer to 1,000, which is elite company. His weighted runs created plus, like I mentioned, 166. This is insane. I am so mad we couldn't get a guy on base or two guys on base for Vladdy to try for a single for the cycle. I am genuinely angry about that.
Yeah, I can't say anything bad about that. He's been insane. And there was a couple things we hashtag noticed, brought to my attention by YJ's. He's always on this.
Teens won't like this one. The teens will not like this one who said pull the ball. They will not like this one.
It's honestly, I'll give them some credit. Pull the ball is for the guys like Dalton Varsho
Yes.
and
Who has been
George Springer. It's like those they have less juice than Vladdy. Vladdy's elite exit velos, and I will give them credit. Those are the guys that need to pull fly balls, not hit fly balls the other way. They have a better chance. But he is running his lowest pull ball percentage of his career, 35.7%. I will look at 2021, 39.9%. And basically it was, can he elevate the ball? And if you just look at ground ball percentage, he's running a higher ground ball percentage than he did last year as well. So Vladdy's stats make about no sense as to what's going on, besides the fact that he can just take the elite exit velocities and spray it over the yard, and no one's going to be able to cover all the ground that he is able to cover when he hits the ball the other way. So a special player that is doing insane amounts of damage right now, and one of the more fun runs I've ever seen from him.
Let me bring you another stat. Shout out Sarah Langs on Twitter. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s last 20 games, 20 plus extra base hits, 500 plus average. Since 2001, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players have done that. The last player to do that was 2006 Chipper Jones. This hasn't happened in 18 years. 20 plus extra base hits, over a 500 average, over a 20 game stretch. This guy is on a generational run. This is the best version of Vladdy we have ever seen right now. His weighted runs created plus is over 500 in the last 10 games. It's insane. I can't even this is why you just pay the man now. Screw it. I know it's the highest value, but
Yeah.
it's like you're paying him at the highest value, but just pay the man. Seriously, please make this season salvageable because you at least pay your generational star.
Yeah. If you just look at his Zips 3-year projections, they have him 31 homers, 100 RBIs for like the next 2 years as well. And that might be on the that's an OPS of 850 those next couple seasons. Wins above replacement under 3. I think there's a higher ceiling than that. So max exit velo 117.6.
Jesus Christ.
Average exit velocity, it's 0.9 miles an hour down from 2021, but this would be his second highest average exit velocity as well. And his hard hit percentage is higher than it was in 2021.
We got to figure out something to do. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I figured it out. If the Toronto Blue Jays sign Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I feel like we have to throw a Gate 14 party. We rent out a bar and we throw a Gate 14 party, the Vladdy extension party. That's what we do. We maybe right. taco, whatever. We have to throw a party if the Jays sign our king. I mean,
I think it's a good reason to get together.
Has there ever really been a Blue Jay for life this good? I don't think there has. Like Roy Halladay left.
Well, you thought he'd be a Blue Jay for life when he was the same age as Vlad.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Vlad might not be a Blue Jay for life.
Yeah.
Vlad's 24, dude.
Okay, 25. But okay. Maybe Vladdy will be potentially the longest tenured superstar for the Toronto Blue Jays, right? We've never had that.
In our lifetime, yeah.
Well, who?
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you. Like for guys that I've been alive for, that's.
But even in the history, though, who has been here forever? Roberto Alomar left. Obviously, that guy's a scumbag. But Joe Carter didn't play here forever. Olrud didn't play here forever. Jack Morris didn't play here forever. This would be kind of the first guy that's just entire career, hopefully a Toronto Blue Jay superstar. Delgado left. It's I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe someone can let me know in the comments. But this is giving me excitement and enjoyment to watch the Toronto Blue Jays when they are 10 games below 500 or 9 games below 500. It's crazy, Avery.
Yep.
And they got a soft schedule coming up here, man.
I know they're in a fun part right now.
Yes.
Because you want them to lose for a good draft pick.
Yes, but they have it's going to be cool watching Vladdy face some bum that plays for the Oakland A's that was bagging groceries 2 weeks ago. It's going to be cool to watch that. We have a little bit of a slugger face-off this weekend. We got Brent Rooker versus Vladdy, toe-to-toe.
Yep.
Superstar toe-to-toe. Brent Rooker's right ahead of him. Way to run. Actually, no.
Yeah, I know. Brent Rooker's had a better year than Vladdy.
Yeah, but Vladdy just passed him, I think, a way to runs create a plus today.
Did you have a bad game today, Brent Rooker?
Or Brent Rooker didn't play today. And he was a couple points ahead of Vladdy, and Vladdy went 3 for 4.
Yeah, he ends up at 166. Rooker's at 168.
Okay, so he's right around there. We got a slug off this weekend. Maybe TJ Stats. I know you're listening. Shout out our guy TJ Stats, who's just been putting Devers Enjoyer in a coffin. TJ Stats, we need updated every day. Slugger watch. Vladdy versus Rooker.
I mean, Vladdy versus Rooker isn't.
But I mean, respect Brent Rooker, buddy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's sick. He's making $750K.
Yeah, it rocks. He puts on for us average Joes.
Yeah.
He puts on for us. But yeah, no, this has made it very enjoyable. And I do want to talk about this team. I know this team sucks, but you mentioned this on Tuesday. It's with the no expectation stuff, it has been a little bit refreshing watching the team. There's no really any disappointment. They're losing. You just kind of leave and just don't let it affect you because they're not making the playoffs this year. It's kind of just been whatever, it's been just fun. I guess this is loser talk probably, but this has been fairly whatever. It's been decently fun.
Yeah, another thing brought to my attention by YJ is he's just cooking up stuff right
Yeah, he's
now.
buzzing. He's just
He
buzzing, huh?
he's just
He's
on
buzzing
another
around.
level. The Toronto Blue Jays are going to end up with a weighted runs created plus over 100. They're going to be a better than league average hitting team
And they're in
when all is
last.
said and done. They have the same weighted runs created plus as the Kansas City Royals right now.
Well, Royals are home merchants, though.
Yes, and they're cheating, but they have like 30 more wins than the Blue Jays do at this point. It still has the Toronto Blue Jays in last in the AL East in weighted runs created plus on the season,
Yes, rightfully
but
so.
but it's like the offense. Vlad has carried this offense at this point. Isn't going to be the total problem as much as we wanted to say it was. Looking back on it, still being like 15th in weighted runs created plus isn't anything to be proud of,
Yes.
but you're not bottom 10.
It's just honestly, man, and it's just crazy how bad this bullpen is. I mean, you know what's most insane about it? How awesome has Henny Cabrera been?
Like good as a bullpen arm for
Yeah,
sure.
just honestly a good bullpen piece.
I,
Probably one of
I've
where would you
noticed
rank him
his.
right now in guys you trust in the bullpen? Three? Chad Green, Brennan Little, and Henny?
Yeah, I'd put them there.
Yeah.
It's insane trying to fucking go back and just name the bullpen guys off the top of your head. Zach Pop, whoever they called up today, the guy that just randomly traded for, and so yeah, you know what? He's on the team, and we're gonna call him up today.
Yeah.
And Henny Cabrera's out there having kids. Um,
Which is crazy, but I didn't even know hopefully he was married when he did it. That we condone we promote sex after marriage, obviously. But yeah, congratulations to Henny Cabrera. Congrats on the sex king. He's an listen, Gate 14 award guy. We got to remember that. Congrats on the sex award.
he won that
No, I'm just saying like he'll be a recipient this year.
nominee. Yes,
I actually don't know who else will be because all the guys are off the team now. Like Jano has had a second kid,
Justin Turner, first
Justin
kid,
Turner first kid, and Henny Cabrera.
and that's all I know. I'm
Can
not
we just
really.
leak it that Henny Cabrera will probably win it? I guess this year.
We'll see if
Uh,
anyone else is up for the award here
so
soon.
some other fun things around the league. R.I.P. Charlie Montoyo with the White Sox.
Oh man, seeing him get axed
Yeah,
today.
that's I will like. Okay, this is a crazy take. Charlie Montoyo for the Blue Jays rocked.
No,
Like,
what?
no, let's shut up for a second. His off the field antics rocked. His wife getting in like live streams talking about like when people are talking shit about him, just talking shit to like 18-year-olds in live streams. The getting ejected at like 20 times a year, then going to play bongos at fucking like a random little bar in Toronto. The playing the bongos in the dugout during batting practice. Like he was just one of the funniest managers I think we've ever had. Like he was a once in a million. If you ignore the on-field stuff, obviously the guy had no idea the challenge system or anything along those lines.
Yeah,
But
no, I have nothing for Charlie Mon. He was just there. He was an industry plant. They put him there, and they said you're the Latin manager that's going to get our Latin player to be the best in
would
baseball.
love him to have a DeMarlo Hale leap and come back here as a bench coach, or maybe like a an
Who would
advisor.
you trade Guillermo for Charlie?
Yeah, easily in half a second. Charlie, because Charlie would have less responsibility, so we can focus more on the bongos. So it
Yeah,
would be like kind of funny. But yeah, what the White Sox did do our king. I thought he was going to get promoted, but instead they promoted a guy that was working for $15 an hour last year for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Grady
okay,
Sizemore.
yeah, I was just about to say, let's just not leave his name out of
No,
there.
I was gonna say that Grady Sizemore was one of my favorite players growing up. I actually upstairs have an autographed Grady Sizemore Cleveland Indians like old hat. He was one of my favorite players growing up. I love Grady Sizemore.
Okay.
Yeah,
Grady Sizemore, Jacoby Ellsbury, or Johnny Damon, lefty outfielder
I
that you
think it
like.
had to be. Listen, in terms of like talent wise, or
Let's
like
not do numbers. We're not going to know the numbers and we're going to be
okay,
wrong. Let's
for me
just
it's Grady Sizemore. Grady
okay.
Sizemore highlight tape rocked.
I Johnny Damon, the look didn't do it
Yeah,
for me.
and the swing like he swung with one
Ellsbury
hand.
was I think Ellsbury was the swaggiest. So I'll go
Yeah,
with him.
but Grady Sizemore was handsome, and I mean Jacoby Ellsbury was very handsome as well. I also like the fact that Jacoby Ellsbury manipulated the Yankees from within. That kind of makes that adds aura
That was
points to
really
him.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
take all the money. Well, didn't Damon
no,
did this?
Damon was kind of decent there though.
So they did the same thing, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, they went from they went to the AL East foes. But yeah, shout out Grady Sizemore, man. I mean, if you coach the White Sox, you're essentially just willingly making yourself get punched in the dick. You're like you're getting hired to get fired in a year.
Yeah, I think it's really the recent
What do you
hire.
say to your team? You have
Oh, who
23 wins.
go win a job for next year. Go make yourself a lot of money or something like that. That's what it has to be. Like do it for yourselves, but put together a couple wins as a team is the only way you have to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think about the recent manager hirings?
They're
Because
going young.
I know, and they're going with just former players who know and can talk to the play like their recent
Should
managers.
Ross Atkins be a manager then? Former player.
Yeah, 51. By the way, Ross Atkins,
Happy
happy
birthday,
birthday.
Ross.
I know it's a couple days late. Happy birthday, King.
Happy birthday, Mr. Atkins.
51, I
Happy
believe.
birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday, Ross Atkins.
Who would be okay? So say the Blue Jays go Stephen Vogt territory, a manager kind of like that. Who would your pick be? Someone who will retire in the next couple years, maybe.
I think Justin Turner would be a good manager.
Okay. I think if you could get Yadier Molina to manage.
The thing is, like, catchers usually are good managers,
Yeah, you
no?
see it, you see everything the same
Yeah.
way and you can and
Yeah.
you like you do everything. You're basically a pitcher in the sense you think like them
Yeah.
and you understand how to manage that and you're a hitter obviously because you're in the batting order. So catchers are the best. It's kind of like goalies. You see everything as well and that's how you digest the game.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Judge would be the worst manager ever, right?
Yeah, that's a fair
Like
assumption,
I'd
probably.
rather have Gary Sanchez as the manager than Aaron
Yeah.
Judge, not the gifted guys who
El
are
Kraken.
yeah.
El Kraken.
So
Uh,
I think Yachty would be or like Salvador Perez, but it's hard to pry them from their organizations that they've been with because they're such legends.
okay, I have a fun exercise here. This will get clipped. I have a fun exercise. You name 5 Blue Jays players, and I will compare them to vehicles.
Yes.
Okay? Name 5, I'll compare them to vehicles.
Okay, first one, Zach Pop.
2001 Ford Focus that has 500,000 kilometers on it, and it can't even get you 10 kilometers.
Yep. Okay. Alejandro Kirk.
Hyundai Elantra, reliable, reliable behind the plate, decent defense, and is really starting to figure it out. It gets better as the season goes.
You think Elantra's an up and coming?
Yeah, it's a great vehicle. I
You
have
think it's
one.
an up and coming vehicle?
Yeah, I have one, so that's why I'm saying that.
Okay. Not a player, but Matt Haig. What type of vehicle is Matt Haig?
A Tesla Cybertruck,
Interesting.
new, hot, shiny toy everyone loves. No one really hates. I mean, some people hate it, but he is a Tesla Cybertruck.
Okay.
Yeah, Tesla Cybertruck.
And Leo Jimenez.
Hmm. Leo Jimenez would be. This is a tough one. Leo Jimenez would be a Ford Escape, like a new Ford Escape. Shiny
Okay.
toy, not that expensive of a car, but it does the job for you.
All right. And then what would Bo Bichette be as a vehicle?
Uh a 2020 Porsche. Still pretty good value. You could sell it for a decent amount, but it's kind of on the decline right now because of the injuries, but it will bounce back in 2024 when the market gets back up. And that's it. That's vehicle talk with Gate 14.
Can you also explain the stock market crash?
No, to be honest, I'm not a stock guy. I'm not invested in any stocks. I am invested in RSPs. I'm an RSP guy. That's what I am. I'm not a stock guy. But yeah, not a stock guy. I can't explain it. Someone explain it in the comment section why it crashed. Because I'm seeing a lot of political stuff. We don't get into politics on this podcast. So explain it without being political. That's what I want.
That was
I'm not sure how stocks work, to be honest.
they
I'm
go
really
up or
not.
down, man.
Yeah, it's like just gamble on sports.
Oh, don't do that instead.
Okay, let's talk about this now. A lot of controversy. We were at the game when the Baltimore Orioles beaned Vladdy. Can we all agree as a unit that that was intentional? Obviously,
100%.
because I was listening to I heard the clip from the Orioles broadcast. Obviously, a little bit biased, but they were talking about, oh, it wasn't intentional. Why would they do it? Wah, wah, wah. That was the most intentional hit by pitch I've ever seen in my life.
So, and the guy who's 100 years old in the league knows exactly when to do it.
Yeah, and center of the back, right where you're supposed to hit the guy.
Yeah.
It was the most obvious hit by pitch I've ever seen.
2 out, first pitch of the at bat. It's no one on base. Never been a more obvious hit by pitch in my life.
Yeah, and a guy that you would probably be fine walking in that spot anyways.
Exactly. Like it's so obvious
Yeah,
because what they do, they broke James McCann's face, and then Jordan Westberg broke his hand out for the season potentially.
yeah, it's the most. And listen, I am
Not that I thought those were intentional at all. I didn't think so.
no, they were just bad pitching from them.
And yeah, it's not. You didn't try and hurt Vlad that much. You put it in his back.
I'm fine with that. I will say I'm not going to be the guy that complains about that. I'm never going to be that guy. I like old fashioned baseball where it's like got to get that retaliation, king.
Yeah, you hit
I'm
someone
fine with that.
You hit someone in the back and they turn. Not a lot of people are getting on the injured list because of that. If you get
Yes.
in the ribs, you get on the hands, you get by the head, obviously a lot more of an issue. So I do think it was intentional, and I thought it was handled correctly by all parties.
Yes, exactly. And John Schneider going out there and saying that's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Was it rocked?
Yeah, I think it's totally fine.
Yeah, I want to see John Schneider get tossed a little bit more. I'll say it. I want
Okay.
to see John Schneider have a little bit of fire. But yeah, that was intentional, and I'm fine with that. I really am fine with that. If you're gonna do it, go ahead and do it. Hit him in the back,
Yeah.
not the leg, not the neck, not the head. Just make it square in the back where Vladdy can turn around, eat it. That's it. That's it, and I'm fine with that because Craig Kimbrell stinks.
Yeah.
Are the Orioles on fraud watch, Abe?
Oh my
They're
God, Jackson Holiday cannot play second base.
No, he really can't. I actually feel bad. Like
Me too.
it's like when you throw that kid that you're coaching in the infield because his parents complained about him not playing, and you're like,
Well, I think it's a little different.
well, obviously because he launches baseballs, but you see that you're like, you see, like that's why we're not playing little Timmy.
No, I
That's
think it's
not,
nice for him to have a flaw.
yes,
His
because
first flaw was he sucked in his first stint.
and
Awful.
now he's been like
Great.
insane.
Yeah. Went 0 for today, which is nice, but
Yeah, which is cool.
you're gonna do that. Kevin Gosman shoved today.
Yeah,
Um,
people want Kevin, like the people talking shit about Kevin Gausman, grow up. Please.
I talked about this last time. I'm so ready to just throw out his season.
Yeah.
Whatever he does, I'm just not worried. And I think it's such an obvious and clear reset over the break. Sorry, not the break, the off season that I'm not worried at all. And if Vlad plays like this too, there's a legitimate contender in this baseball team next season.
Yeah, you just surround him with Santander, who I am Santander pilled like you have never seen before. That the 2 home runs was like, oh, daddy's home. Daddy's home at the Rod. You like this shit, Anthony?
Yeah,
You like
both
hitting
sides
here?
of the plate is so cool.
Oh, it's so cool. You like this shit, Anthony? You like that shit? Let's bring that ass here, son. I'm all in on Anthony Santander. I will be pissed if the Jays don't sign him. Give me Anthony Santander.
Yeah, there's a lot of other teams that have a chance to sign him as well.
Yeah, but I think he wants to play with Vladdy. It's the rumor I'm starting.
Yeah.
A couple other
Vladdy
things.
does look into the O's dugout a ton.
It is
talks
crazy.
to people.
I don't know who he's looking at.
It has
Not many
to be.
Dominicans with the white Orioles.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like who could it possibly be?
Maybe he's getting close with Jackson Holiday, trying to like create like a.
Well, we're gonna have his brother. So
yeah, exactly. So he's getting close with Jackson. So he's like, man, I can't believe your brother is going to be playing here. Someone made a tweet to me that was like, the holidays facing off on a holiday weekend in Canada. I have chills. I was like, that's a great tweet. It's a really good tweet. Shout out to that guy. He's probably listening right now, but shout out to that guy. But yeah, just unreal stuff. I want to talk about the renovations. We got to see like the full blown thing in the lounge. It's so cool. And we said it while we were sitting there. Like, imagine if this team was good sitting there. It would be so sick.
Oh, it'd be so impossible to get tickets.
Oh, the tickets would be so expensive.
So
like, I got us tickets for $100 each, and I was like, that was a steal. We were great seats. So
yes.
We were on TV for after the final out, which was cool. Someone took a screenshot of that.
I know. People just cheer me for wearing my glasses. They're prescription. I need them really badly.
He's in the sea, guys.
And it looks kind of dumb late at night, but I just can't see the scoreboard.
No, I'm fine with glasses inside. Sunglasses.
Well, it was outside, technically.
Technically, that's true.
Technically
in the
outside.
dark. in the dark, but
Yes.
it was cool. I mean, obviously a little bit pricey, like the drinks and stuff, which is that's what you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay it
Yes.
forward.
But if you can do loony dogs on Tuesdays in the premium section
And yeah,
and they bring them to you. That was the best part.
yeah, that was cool. Not waiting in those insane lines. Yeah, I say that. We also got met up with Dylan Strome. What a guy! What a lad that dude is.
Yeah.
Just a generational guy. We are just mucking it up, talking some puck with Dylan Strome. Another thing, which is cool, like this is the Gate 14 difference. So we posted that tweet, and then someone liked it, and I had no idea who this was. Connor McMichael is a loyal Gate 14 follower, former first round pick of the Washington Capitals, scored 28 goals last year or 18 goals, or whatever it was. So shout out Connor McMichael. If you're listening to this, hit us up. Let's do a live stream. Let's connect. Let's get it going. Let's bring the live streams back just for Connor McMichael. But yeah, listen, it'll never not be crazy to me that Connor McMichael, who plays in the show, followed us, and we just never followed him back for like
Yeah.
2 months.
We had no clue.
Like it's just crazy. But it is cool just hanging out with Strome, like just asking him the questions, like when he plays here, how many tickets he has to give up and stuff like that. He said he spent $4,000 first time he played here, which is bananas. So shout out Dylan Strome. What a lad. Was that?
He was unfortunate. I think we're the same age as him, right?
Yeah, he's 27.
He just seemed like 30 years more mature than we
Well,
both
yeah,
were.
that's the hockey curve, right? Like I talked about it with Bryson. Like you kind of are forced to have kids because everyone on your team has kids.
Yeah.
You're kind of forced to grow up quick. That's why I
Yeah.
see a lot of the guys younger with kids on the teams and stuff. Like that's just like the environment you're in. And Bryson obviously had a kid fair like last year because when I went to go visit him, I was there at Family Day, which was crazy. I talked about that on the podcast, and I'm just chilling with Trey Turner's son, like throwing the ball around with him, and fucking Bryce Harper's family's beside me. So it's the environment you're in. So when you're in the show, you can also afford to just have 50 kids. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And Dylan Strome has, I believe, 2 or 3 already, and he's 27. So he's a little bit more mature than we are. I'll say it. I'll come out and say that.
Hand up, more mature than we are. Yep.
Yeah. I guess we can go kind of game by game here. The starting pitching. Besides, actually no, starting pitching was pretty good this series. Chris Bassett had a no hitter going into the 6th. Jackson Holiday sent the ball to the shallow realm. That was insane.
Yep.
But like Bowden Francis was great. Kind of locked it in after that first inning where he struggled and people wanted him in prison. But
Yeah, what I have to say about Bowden Francis is one, I think he came on this podcast. He obviously came on this podcast. We talked to him and said he hates a cutter, right? He's like, what are the new pitches you're working on? I think it was splitter and cutter, and he put an end to the cutter. I think that's the pitch that unlocks it next for him too.
yeah,
The slider gets massacred. It's just we got to get something hard going the other way.
yes,
The curveball's too slow. Sorry, not too slow. It's a good pitch, the curveball.
yeah.
But it's a good pitch if you add off a harder cutter to it that can get some movement.
You
I think
also made yeah, you also made a good point because we're right now in kind of like a rebuild look at the prospect stage that I wanted you to kind of touch on about the linear stuff. Give the people that are like doubtful of Loperfido, Schneider, Bowden, just give them a little insight on what you were talking about when you said like the prospect development in the
oh
show.
yeah, it is the classic. Anyone will talk about this prospect development not being linear.
Unless you're
It's
Vladian, like
well, even Jackson Holiday,
yeah,
he didn't go on a straight line. There was a huge dip when he got to the major leagues. Uh, you see less of, you see more of a condensed line with the really good prospects, but things are going to change. Baseball's so hard. You go from different levels. The O's manager, or sorry, GM came out this year and said AAA and the big leagues are the furthest away they've been in a long time. And it makes sense. You see guys rake in AAA, look at all the O's guys, and then they get called up, and it's tough to do. Loperfido, like just right now, doesn't really stand a chance. It's the tools
no,
are there when he hits the ball hard. Addison Barger, same thing, isn't really standing a chance. There's nothing to be worried about at this point. You can't write guys off after 20 games, and you can't like crown them after 20 games as well. So it's the worst thing ever. But in the words of our friend at the Star, it's early for a lot of their careers. Like they're
yes,
25 years old, David Schneider and Joey Loperfido. I said, don't be so high on Loperfido and low on Schneider on the last podcast. And Joey pretty much doesn't have a hit since then. So
yeah,
it's so different. No one takes the same path. It's not easy for a lot of guys. Look at goddamn Anthony Gose. That's the perfect one to say prospect development isn't linear. Got to the big leagues, traded, changes positions. He's 31 or 33
Yeah.
as a relief pitcher now for the Cleveland Guardians. It's baseball's a hard sport, man. Don't give up on guys too early. And that's my main point as well. It's so easy to react. We are the best on this show. Johnny might be the best ever at reacting to what he sees in front of his face immediately.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, that's the point I wanted to kind of get across. And I know I'm not gonna fault people for doing that and tell them they're stupid because I like doing the same thing. But just give guys a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even just swing thoughts over the season or easy tweaks when you go see your guy, say in December, it's like, oh, and kind of figures it out as well. You kind of, Davis, I'm almost hoping to get sent down here. I,
Really?
yeah, he's, I think he's just in a spot where he's barely playing anymore. Get up there, confidence is kind of shot. Like, just let him play. Like,
Yeah.
there's,
It's not good for the development to not play. And that like that's like that's just where you're at. And it shouldn't like, it's like it's a tough spot to be in for Davis, It's like the struggling and then not playing and not really being able to get reps. It's tough for sure and facing really good pitching. But you did mention it. It's like the gap from the gap essentially from AAA to the show is different, right?
Yeah, there's so many 4A baseball players, too good for AAA and just can't produce close to the same levels in the big leagues. And it's been a problem for a long time. So
Yeah.
let's see how it works out. I like Davis. I think I want him to get sent down, not as a punishment, as a okay, let's give you a shot to get some things going
Yeah.
again.
It's exactly. Just kind of get that confidence back.
Yeah, it might
Right.
suck, but
Yeah, it'll suck to see too. I hope he doesn't, but he's gonna figure it out
I
soon,
would
man.
love for him to figure it out in the big leagues. Like
Yeah,
no doubt in my mind. It's been like what a 580 OPS since June 1st.
yeah,
Someone Keegan tweeted out.
yeah,
It's not very good. That's like Brian Hayes level of worst OPS qualified hitters
yeah,
over this season.
yeah. He'll like I said, it's like you said, it's not linear, man. So
No.
I'm with you right there. I'm with you. We'll see what happens, but yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a little tough part of the schedule here. Let's just win some ball. I kind of want Ethan Holiday though, but
Well, you can finish bottom 10 and still have a chance at one.
yeah, that draft lottery is gonna rock. Can't
Yeah.
wait for it. What if they just win 10 in a row though?
What if they make the playoffs?
But yeah, the Bowden one was tough. But I also wanted to
I,
talk
I
about
don't
Zach.
think the Bowden one was tough at all.
It was tough. After the first inning was tough. But I'm
Yeah,
I'm happy to see him bounce back like that. That was good.
if he didn't get an out, Santander goes deep, and then after that, he was good. God, if Bowden could keep the ball in the park, things would be so different. Easier said than done. Obviously, numbers change for every pitcher if they're able to keep the ball in the yard, but for him, just again, up in the zone with the fastballs. And if he's in the heart of the plate, you saw what, like, it wasn't him, it was Ryan Burr who threw it, but Ethan Holiday, or sorry, Jackson Holiday, just crushing balls that are up. So,
Yeah.
Bowden, good release, up in the zone with the fastballs. The splitter looked really good, I thought. Colton Cowser struck out on a splitter. It's like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that thing danced. But cutter, man, I'm just praying. I think that's the thing that unlocks it a little bit.
For sure. For sure. But yeah, honestly, at the end of the day, it was a good series. Jays won the series. Uh, can't believe. I mean, the way they played today, minus the bullpen, was exactly what I thought the Toronto Blue Jays would be. Just like Vladdy going crazy, guys in the lineup supporting him, Kirk looking pretty good. Even Leo Jimenez has been pretty fun.
Leo doesn't want to do singles. Our
No, he's
our
not a
little
singles
Leo
guy.
wants to hit doubles or Leo. That's what they've been calling
Oh,
him.
it's Leo.
Yeah, no, fuck. That doesn't come easy to me, but I'll try and do that for him. Yeah, his last four hits are doubles. Are
Yeah.
they not?
Yeah, it's
That's
sick. It's
We'll
sick.
take that from
Say
our
no to
ninth.
singles. Say
Yeah,
no to singles.
exactly.
So it's been
Aston Barger just doesn't really know what the strike zone is at the big league level.
yeah,
He's
he's
he
been
struggles with
struggling.
that. He did the same thing again today. Just a borderline pitch that he thinks is possibly a ball, and it's a ball inside the strike zone. So again, that's his development. That's part of his low profito hat trick on strikeouts today. Um, Yeah, and then Dalton Varsho 3 runs, but 2 of them are walks. We'll take that from him hitting in front of Vlad. No one else is really. The team had 4 hits besides Vlad today.
Yeah. It was the Vladdy show.
181 expected batting average from the team.
Would have been cool to see the cycle. Since Kevin Biggio did it against the Orioles 3 years ago, I believe it was. The sandwich is true, our GM says. But yeah, shout out the Jays, man, for kind of putting on for not just a city, for a country. Let's go into a series preview here. We'll be in Chicago, by the way, this time next week. We'll be leaving. We'll actually probably be at our stop. Maybe.
Damn, do they play on Thursday?
The Jays? No, they have an off day Thursday.
Oh, thank God. So we don't have to miss perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Thank you, schedule makers.
Yep.
So this is the pitching matchups. Spence versus Barrios. Bido, Bido versus Rodriguez.
It's Osvaldo Bido, right?
Okay, Bido, Rodriguez, and Sears versus Bassett. Let's take 2 or 3 again. Let's go to 8 games below.
Dude, I think they can.
The pitching matchups, they have it.
2-1.
2-1. 2-1. Which game do they lose? The Y-Rod, maybe?
Yeah.
Against Bido, a guy we've never heard of?
Well, Bido's not very good.
Yeah, okay. We'll see what happens. But happy birthday, Curtis, by the way. If you're listening to this, it's Curtis Widener's birthday.
Happy birthday to our good friend, Curtis.
Happy birthday to our good friend, and a massive part of Gate 14, starting as branching off to Gate 15, his podcast. I don't know when that'll be launching with Alto, but Gate 15 coming soon. But yeah, listen, it's fun times here. Fun times if you ignore the record. You just watch the young Bucks go at it and go from there. But listen, a little bit of a shorter pod like it always is on Thursdays, right? A little 40-minute podcast for the people, right? But other than that, though, fun series. Who's do you think okay, how many games do you think Vladdy gets to? I mean, he gets to 23 after this weekend?
23 what? Oh, hits. I think he gets a hit every game of the series, yeah.
You think he gets to 23?
Yeah.
Coming for that ass, DiMaggio, my paisan.
Yeah, then he'd be halfway to Joe, right? He's 56.
He'll be halfway to Joe. Let's get halfway to Joe. Oh, wait, that will not be halfway to Joe because 23 is 46.
Correct. Good math from us.
We'll need eight more hits to get halfway to 8 more games to get halfway to Joe. We're almost there, Avery. You're close.
Yep.
We're close. I haven't when do you think you'll pack for Chicago? I'll probably do it the Wednesday night, maybe. That's probably when I'll do it.
When are we leaving? Thursday?
Thursday.
I'll pack Thursday for sure.
Right after work.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, love you guys, man. Thank you guys for all reached out for the condolences. I really appreciate it in the comments as well. We will have a good weekend. A's are in town. A little bit of a slugfest here. A team that got worked by the White Sox, but actually, no, they worked the White Sox to 2 or 3. But R.I.P. Charlie Montoyo.
Yeah, they got Charlie fired.
And we will see you guys on Sunday night after hopefully a great weekend from the Toronto Blue Jays and Vladdy stays hot. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And we will chat Sunday night. Love you guys.
Yeah.